invited by PortAventura, as Garcia already said, to give you an overview of what we think, or might think, that the 21st century will have to come in the attractions business. At the core, we have to say it won't be just higher, stronger, or faster. It was in the last years, of course, PortAventura did a really big coaster. Europa Park is mad about you because we don't have the record anymore. But I think there will be more and more exciting attractions to come for all of us. Big companies start and the smaller parks will follow them afterwards. I have made the presentation according to a small introduction of both our companies. First, Mack Rides, the manufacturing company of the rides we have, and Europa Park, of course. Then I give you a short overview, really just a small overview of our products we have, just our categories actually. Then I will talk about the recent developments we are looking at, especially when we come to the US. We see a lot of big parks investing a lot of money to build really great rides. Also in Europe we have big rides coming up. I've structured it about the roller coasters, the dark rides and the water rides. Mack especially is very strong right now at the roller coaster market. We installed Blue Fire, our launch coaster at Europa Park in 2008. And at the moment we just keep on going and selling launch coasters and big rides right now to the whole world. And at the end we got a small summary what we can look at, and you have time to ask me questions and don't be mean to me. So yeah, first we come to our company. Our company is structured with several products. We have 5 different categories of products. We have roller coasters, from small kiddie rides going to bigger rides, spinning coasters. Then we got roller coasters that are mainly for adults or teens, such as the launch coaster or mega coaster. Then we have a dark ride section where we build multi-motion dark rides, we build normal, smaller dark rides for parks. We are very strong at water rides. We have developed a kind of outstanding product with our water coaster. Intamin now builds this also. We have a super splash, also a tall structure where you plunge into the water. We got many interactive water rides like the twist and splash, a small teacup ride inside of the water with water cannons where you can spray yourself, and the others. And we got, of course, many boat rides for dark rides. And the last section is a little bit slower at our company. It's the people mover system. We build monorails, especially for theme parks. They're pretty small in our branch right now, but we also have this in our portfolio. The Mack company was founded in 1780, so we are really old. At the moment, 233 years old. We build roller coasters and amusement attractions since 1920, so we have almost 100 years in manufacturing experience of rides. Currently, we have 120 employees working at our company, and we are working 24 hours. Why is that? Because we are so strong in roller coaster technology. Right now we are selling very much to the Chinese market and to the Emirates market, so we have 3 shifts, 8 hours, and we are producing rails one by one. So this is a very strong market. You will see some really cool rides coming up in the next years. What we are very proud of is that we have a complete production in Germany. We have one site, one facility where we build the ride itself, we build the cars, the trains, we build the track, we build everything on site. Also, we got a company right next door to our office that is doing all the electronics, all the programming of the ride, so we are just located at the Black Forest with all the ride parts come from this location. And of course, it's kind of unique to be a ride operator and a ride manufacturer at the same time. This gives us the opportunity to be very near to the market. We know what the people like. We get the reaction very, very fast. And if we have a problem of our rides, all our rides are in Europa Park. If we have a problem with that, we can respond extremely fast. And we can see where the problem is, what we have to do to change it if you want to sell it to other clients. This constellation was founded in 1975 when we opened Europa Park. And we had just a small petting zoo. We had a little locomotive, we had a little golf course. It was really tiny, but at the very first time we had 200,000 visitors at once. Nowadays we have 4.5 million visitors in the park. We got over 100 attractions. It's one of the biggest parks in Europe and one of the nicest parks in the world. What we have to say is that mainly all our prototypes are in Europa Park. Also for 2014 I will show you some concept art of the new ride we are opening. And all those ideas are made in Europa Park in collaboration with our company and then brought to life in the park itself. And Garcia asked me if I could give you a little overview about the market right now. Currently we see a strong deviation in Europe. Of course the financial crisis is depending every country different, but nevertheless we also have in Germany some parks that really suffer from people don't go to theme parks right now. So also in America the crisis seems to be a little bit over and they are now investing a lot of money, especially with big groups like Six Flags, Cedar Fair. They're investing a lot of money to build big rides and to build new rides for their parks. In Asia, of course, all the middle class from China, from Taiwan, from Korea, they are demanding a strong market right now for entertainment and leisure industry. That's why we also have a big market here, many people coming and wanting to have rides from our company from Asia. The Arabian Peninsula is something special. You all know those big projects that were announced, like Real Madrid World and all those big parks that never happened. Actually, we see a different development. Now we see that those Arabian parks really come to life. And I can say now we have 4 roller coasters under contract now for the Arabian market. So we see that it's really coming up and really strength at the moment in this particular area. So now we come to the recent developments and why I'm here actually. I split in 3 different product types so we can differentiate a little bit more. A roller coaster is a ride running on a track where the people sit on top of it, on the side of it, or beneath it. Actually, there's those 3 types of rides that we currently know. What we think we will change in the future is that we have multi-axis that will rotate the people around. You all know those spinning coasters, you all know, for example, X2 where you go lateral. Those spinning rides will go more intense. Be prepared for that. We won't just spin about one axis, there will be more spinning coming up. Also, we will see at our trains and in all our tracks that we have more multimedia elements. Video, lights, sound. That's pretty used to us right now. If you see Royal Hollywood Red Ride Rocket, we see that already, but you will see that there will be much more. And what we think is very important, we have to have a comfortable ride system that people feel safe but also comfortable while riding. Nobody likes to be shaken around and feel depressed or anything like that, so we came up with some pretty nice solutions for our roller coaster that really work. What about the degrees of motion? You all know these spinning coasters. This one is one of our signature rides in Japan. The people wait for this ride about 4 to 5 hours on a normal day. I don't know what they do the other time in the park. With this roller coaster we have a patent to have a spinning car, and we have some magnet device beside of the rail. So if a car passes by this magnet, the car will start to spin. Even if there's no turn or anything like that, you can have a magnet to influence the car's movement. So this spinning will increase a lot. Of course, we've seen spinning coasters like from Gerstlauer in Japan, where you go upside down with a spinning coaster, so that's also something we will come up. But you have to have a park that wants to buy it, and you have to have somebody who wants to ride it. So it's always a balance between the audience that wants to ride it and the park's budget to spend. Of course, you know X2, where you it's a ride from S&S in Six Flags Magic Mountain, where you lose total control of your body. You think you're going upside down, you don't know what happens at this moment. This ride is made by this device, so you have two different rails. One rail is just for the movement of the cars, the other rail is for the tilting of the cars. So one time you lie on your back, going the hill up, and in the other moment you will be spin around 360 degrees. That's pretty neat. What you will definitely see in the future is that this will be perfectionated, and we will have much more comfort than on this ride, because we are thinking that the movement of those seats can be done by magnets, can be done by electronic drives, that we can have a smoother ride by rotating the people. Also, you can program it totally different. So every ride is a totally new experience, because sometimes you go on your back the hill up, or you go on the next ride, you are totally different position of the ride. So those randomizations, they will come up, of course. That's for sure. Also, what's a prototype of S&S, it's only sold once right now. The Scarpa Sommerland in Finland is a ride where you are like a swing. This swing system is also implemented in the new ride of Disneyland, or Disney World actually, it's the Magic Kingdom. They have lateral movement. I think although those spinning rides where you have some kind of out of control feeling will increase more and more. For the multimedia, I have the example of Maura's Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket of Universal Studios, where you can choose your own song while riding a ride. Mack Rides has done something different. We also have stereo system, we have bass shakers beneath the seat, we have vibrations inside of the seat, and we got, I'm not sure whether it's after this slide or the next one. We have some measurement for the heartbeat in our roller coaster. So while you're riding and holding tight, you can see how your heartbeat is going on. So also this one is triggered and moved into your on-ride video system. So you can show your friends, look, I was totally unstressed riding this ride. Or if somebody goes like crazy, of course, she wants to tell everybody. What you see right here is a picture of our facility in Waldkirch at the Black Forest, where we are right now testing our launch coaster seats for the height limit of 1 meter and really young age. We get the kindergarten to our place, and all the kids come to the seat and they want to take a seat. We close the lever and then we see if they can get out of the seat and get a trip approval for this ride. They seem to have fun. Also, this restraint system is some kind of unique. Here, Zamperla did a motor coaster. It's done also by several other ride manufacturers right now, like Vekoma, where you can have totally different seating positions. This one is for a motor coaster. You also can have some kind of jet ski or anything like that. So you won't see that it's actually a roller coaster car. You more or less see just a normal car where you take a seat, you get a restraint, and then off you go. So this will totally change from a typical normal roller coaster car onto new seating systems that we are going to see. Also from B&M, they changed their seating or restraint system quite a lot. They've now got soft vests. Everybody knows this hard plastic bumping style of things, they changed to really soft and nice fitting vests where a large range of people can sit in. You always have to think as a manufacturer, well, you have not an ideal person. Somebody is taller, somebody is bigger, somebody is really small. And you have to come up with an ideal solution for everybody to take place in this seat. EM did a really nice job on this wing coaster here. Also, we will see some new drive mechanisms. S&S or Premier Rides did this ride. They're coming up with a system where you can launch a roller coaster. It's magic. Where we can launch a normal roller coaster car up front. You then stall in the vertical position, roll back, take this energy, and also accelerate to the back. And this is probably unique and perfect for a small space, because parks have to deal with small spaces. PortAventura, every park just has a limited space, so it's even better to have a small launch system where you have the possibility of riding 2 or 3 times to get the actual speed to make it to the end. So this one we definitely will see in the future, to have multi-propulsion systems where you go 1 or 2 times through the acceleration and then be shot on top of the coaster. Also, this ride from Mack Rides has a quite unique element right now. It's called full throttle, where you have a looping that you go in the normal way on the inside, and you use the structure also to get on top of it. Of course, why do they do that? They want to stay still. It's as easy as that. If you have the columns, you can just put the track on top of it and use it twice. Once for the inside and one for the outside. That's pretty easy to realize. So just to sum it up a little. What we definitely will see is that you, the riders, can influence the roller coaster behavior. How is that done? I'm thinking of switches, of track switches, where you will have a position where you vote, and the majority decides, okay, we go to the right-hand side or we go to the left-hand side. That definitely will come. Also, we will see new track elements. We've seen freefall segments right now coming up in the US, just falling vertically. Probably we will fall something different in the future. Those drop sequences will definitely also be coming to the market. We will have more features in the car. Probably we'll have more video screens. We have more technologies. Think of Google Glass. What could you do? What could you implement on a Google Glass or an augmented reality ride screen in front of your head while you're riding a coaster? You could go through space and having just some piece of glass before you and riding a roller coaster. So this technology definitely will come to these parts of the industry. And you will have a much more comfortable ride. If you see the coaster that is from the 70s, 80s, and compare it to now, there's a huge difference. This is because of much smaller tolerances, much more better materials we can count on. So you will have a safer and an even more comfortable ride in the future. So now let's move to the dark rides. Dark rides are, from the point of view, rides where you experience a show and move from one stage to another. In the early days, you just move from one stage to another. Probably you will be positioned to have a better view of it. In the future, you will be part of this ride. We will have 3D mapping instead of normal lighting. So the scenery can totally change. They have probably blank walls, and with 3D mapping, you can make these walls become alive. We will have better video projection. Right now, Spider-Man at Islands of Adventure had much increased video lighting system. We will have advanced animatronics that can interact with you. And we will have multi-motion platforms. What does that mean? A multi-motion platform is a seating system where you're not just positioned to a stage, but your stage or your seating system is becoming part of the stage. We've seen that with Spider-Man, now with Transformers, with Harry Potter. All those rides are really, really expensive. But what's good about it, if they get the technology to work and get it cheaper and cheaper, all the parks in the world can implement this system. So I've searched on the web for a picture of Harry Potter. Anybody who doesn't want to get spoiled, better get out. But it's too late now. Harry Potter uses a pretty unique system of a robotic arm that is used in the automobile manufacturing process based on a normal dark ride car. What's unique about this, the people in the car are really squished inside of the car. Why is that? Because Universal wanted the people to have a certain field of view. You shouldn't look to the up or to the downside, but be concentrated and focus on the front. So they came up with this pattern where they have a video screen projector and they move the whole arm inside of this video projector and make a movement like you're flying this bench. In order to have a really high capacity, they created a carousel with several different projecting units where you go inside of unit 1 and on the other side you just leave the dome, they call it. This we probably will see also from other big parks implementing this system in a different kind of way, of course, because this is patented by Universal Creative. Also, I found a patent of Universal that is not implemented at Harry Potter. If you know Harry Potter, there is a fight between a dragon and you. So the dragon is coming really, really close to you. Right now, this dragon only has some steam, really hot steam, blowing at you. Universal patented a system where you have a glass or a filter system and you can blow real fire onto the people. And you are behind this glass, securely locked away, but you have the feeling that this dragon is attacking you directly with fire. So this is one of these parts of show elements that will come up for sure, that we will see in the future. From a different company, also in the US, it's Disney. We got a vehicle, what we call the multi-motion based vehicle. This one is patented by Disney as it moves like a Jeep and reacts to different scenes. Also Intamin has this system implemented, and we got a multi-motion basis from ETF showing up right now with a much lower cost. Of course, these systems are not as powerful probably as the Disney ones, but they are really good in storytelling and getting you into the scene of this animation. And now we come to Mack Rides. Mack Rides has produced a prototype 2 years ago for the Merlin Sea Life Aquarium in Legoland, Windsor. Actually, in this picture you won't find anywhere else because this ride is to the half of the boat under the water. You can imagine a big aquarium, and Merlin Entertainment asked us, we want to have a ride where you are in a submarine going through this aquarium. It's quite hard to implement a submarine into a big aquarium because you always have to think about safety. What happens if we don't have any power? How do we evacuate people? So we created this system where you have the feeling of being under the water, but the water level is just as high as you can see, so you just got the impression of that. This probably will also appear in different aquariums around the world, as we can install this in a very tiny space right now. So, what about the future of dark rides and roller coasters? We think that the seeming elements of a dark ride will always be implemented into a roller coaster, and the dark ride will have some special effects from a roller coaster, such as launching a ride, doing drops, having a fast-paced ride at one point of time. So we see this combination to come alive more and more. In 2014, we got a project with Luc Besson and his company Europa Park about Arthur and the Minimoys. It's a very popular French production. It has 3 different movies out of this production, and we already got a ride in a French park already. But now we want to have a combination of a dark ride and a roller coaster. We came up with this solution. We are first time in our company business, we are having a suspended coaster. A coaster that is beneath the track, and what's special about it, it will be powered. So a powered coaster beneath seating, a floating block system, that's pretty state of the art. We also got this version, that's the final one, where we have 4 people in a row that can actually spin. So we have the spinning element, we have a powered element, there's a suspended coaster that can go fast in curves, fast in drops. I think it can be making every movement we want to have in the dark ride. So if this is not all, we also got a push button where we can let the people choose whether they want to ride a certain point of ride track forward or backward. So we really have this random experience that people can have always a new ride if they go on this attraction. Actually, this one is our ride system right now. All the tracks, they have some middle parts inside. This will be the powered area, and in the outside there are only lines. This will be a really force-driven roller coaster experience. This ride will open in March next year, just to the season of 2014, and this picture actually never was seen by anybody because this is brand new. We are going to publish it at the European show next week. On Wednesday there's a big press conference and you're the first ones to see that. This shows basically the idea of this ride. We are going inside the nature, we are following Arthur and the big flowers where we can pull through, and if there's a danger zone, we will just launch the car out of the danger zone. It will be really spectacular. So, just to sum it a little up, we will have the audience become part of this scene. We will have rider identification, where the ride will know who you are, what you like, what you don't like. But how is this done? I recently came from Orlando and saw many people having these wristbands, just like PortAventura has. But Disney calls it a magic band. It's a wristband with a RFID technology where all your personal data is stored in a big database. So they know your name, they know your age, if you're female, male, or your child, they know everything. I'm thinking that in the future we will have this connection between attraction and those identification processes. So if there are more smaller children, probably the animatronic will react different, probably the ride system will totally react different, being much less powerful. I think this will be one of those future developments that we can see from the big parks. Also, so random programming, just as Star Tours, where you have a different experience every time you ride. Tower of Terror is one example for that. This will also come to normal roller coasters, normal dark rides, because if you have a certain amount of limited space or limited tacting, where you have the cars, you can easily program it differently, different movement or anything like that. A water coaster system, like Internet nowadays in storage. We got interactive boat rides. You know all those rides. We got rides that are bound to a channel. now we want to combine this. We want to combine a channel-driven ride with a track-driven, track-connected ride. You all know river raftings, where you have wild action. You never know what happens. The water is coming, the water is going, there are waves. Then sometimes you have luck, you won't get wet. Other times you are totally soaked. And of course you have those track-based rides where you always know, okay, there's the track, we go down there and everything is fine. So Mack has a patent, and we want to create a wild rafting ride in the future for theme parks. So how can we do this intensity that you see here? That's our really goal to achieve that. We want to have huge waterfalls, we want to have white water, where the boat is just running down the white water, and we always stay on the safe side, and we always know this boat is safe and is going along the track. So we have this patent right now. Actually, we never had any product of it, but we are currently working really hard to achieve it, to have a new product on the market. What you see is a boat that is connected by a conjunction to a track beneath the water. You won't ever see the track, but you will always see the boat swimming gently on top of the water. If you have really wild water, white water, you can have the boat just go 3 meters to the right hand side, 3 meters to the left hand side, and in the end you can just pull it together and attach it to the rail. So we can have both. We can have a railing-based water ride together with a channel-driven splash attraction. And I think this one will really make some difference in raft rides, because right now we know raft rides is some gentle drops and little splashing, but this one can be 30 meters tall, going down a big waterfall, can then be a raft ride, then be a water coaster. It's really the perfect combination for a water ride right now. So yeah, these are the possibilities of this patent we right now have. We are working hard to get a model for the next trade shows ready, so probably you will see some pictures of that in the future. What's quite interesting is the invisible guidance of the vehicles. Imagine a boat ride where you don't see any rails, where you don't know what's coming next, where you don't know if you're going right hand side or left hand side. That's a pretty nice feature that we certainly want to have adopted. So let's sum it up a little. For all those 3 elements I said to you, roller coasters, dark ride and water ride, this is what we think is really coming up in the future. It's the combination of ride ideas that already have shown up, that are proven, that are really hits in the parks, where we know that people like it very much. We will have a personalized experience anyhow, if we have somebody pushing a button, if you like something or not. But we also will have some automatic systems like RFID scanners. We will have random programming of the ride, so no ride will be like the other. We will have new thrilling elements when it comes to track design. We are capable of doing more loopings, more screws, more upside down elements. We will have interactivity, that's for sure. Whether it's water spraying, whether it's laser gun shooting, anything like that, this interactivity, you will be part of the ride. And that's what's really thrilling about the new developments. And of course, the wider audience. You always have to think of small children also wanting to go on a ride as grandparents. That's something we have to achieve in the near future, as for example in Germany everybody is getting older and older. We don't have many young people coming afterwards, so we have to have rides that are popular by older people as well as young people. So now it's question time.